I have been saying this for quite some time now, but the modern rendition of microtransaction stores is ruining the games industry. My main issue here is with just the price of a lot of these cosmetics, but there are a lot of facets of the AAA manipulation tactics that make in-game stores so egregious. The channel Folding Ideas made a video called Manufactured Discontent that does an extremely deep dive into these subhuman practices, so I highly encourage you to avail yourselves of that amazing video. But another one of these insanely predatory practices is packaging bundles of currency, such that no matter what you buy, you always have excess currency. So let's say you spend $20 on a pack of currency, and the pack has 2,000 coins of whatever currency it is, so that means each coin is effectively worth 1 penny. Okay, it makes sense. Now, all the skins in the game, everything you can buy is not going to add up neatly to 2,000 coins. It's gonna be something like the big skins are 1,800 coins, small stuff is 300 coins or 100 coins. It's gonna be an amount of coins where you will never actually be able to reach zero. The point is it creates some kind of cognitive dissonance in your mind. Your silly little ape eyes look at the currency number on the screen and you can't spend it on anything, but you want to spend it on something, so your brain convinces you, just go buy more, you know? And then even if you don't buy more, well, then that's just wasted money that's just sitting in the game, in the void of the game. So in our scenario, the coins would be effectively worth a penny each, so 1 penny equals 1 coin. So if you have 300 coins just sitting around that you can't buy anything with, well, that's $3 that you got stuck in the void. That might not seem like a lot to you, but multiply that by 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 people playing the game and buying something, that money adds up. So when you look at it like that, that's hundreds of thousands, potentially even millions of dollars of revenue completely unspent and just handed over to the company sitting there in their virtual world, basically worthless to the player. Well, the European Union just came along and is about to pass a new law that basically eliminates this practice and others wholesale, in the EU at least. Game companies operating in the EU are now required to tell you exactly how much money a given item is worth and to give you the exact amount of currency needed to buy it. No more buying packs of 1,000 coins to buy an item worth 800 coins. Not only this, but other manipulation tactics such as targeting minors and using FOMO to encourage purchases will also be phased out. This is a major step forward and a major win for consumers, audiences, players, just everyone in general except the gaming corporations. I mean, honestly, it's an ethical win for them because now they're less guilty of horrible, psychologically manipulative practices, so at least maybe their consciences might be scrubbed a little bit. But this is really a win for gamers. The reality remains that the future of what's actually going to happen in the wake of this is a little unclear. Like I said, it's just in the EU right now, so the United States isn't technically impacted by this law, but the effects of the law could send ripples that cascade to affect other countries, including obviously the United States. It could be that the gaming corporations simply say, okay, EU, you win, and now games will have software updates that are exclusive to that region, and only in those regions will the video game stores actually reflect these new changes, whereas everywhere else in the world things will remain largely the same, potentially getting more expensive to compensate for whatever revenue is lost in the EU. So this is basically just the status quo scenario where the only place that things change would be the EU. But another thing that could potentially happen is that these companies might just get lazy and say, you know what, if we have to change it in the EU, we're not going to do the work to alienate that region, and we'll just mix everything up, and now everywhere across all regions the stores will change to fit these regulations. This one is hopeful, but I don't think it's super likely. But you know, it's possible. It's definitely plausible. But I think an even more plausible and potentially realistic scenario is that revenue might actually increase in the EU. People might be more eager or more encouraged to spend money on microtransaction stores when they know they're not wasting a certain amount on just sitting there in the void of virtual space. And if that does happen, then the corporations will be internally motivated to make the same changes across the world. Another scenario that could very well play out is that other countries, including the US, will look at the regulations that the EU has imposed and say, why aren't we also doing this? And then implement the exact same regulations, maybe modified a little bit, tweaked a little bit for whatever reason. American reasons. And finally, the bleakest potential future would be that these new regulations will simply accelerate the already happening inflation of video game prices, because the game studios will just look at revenue loss in the realm of live service and transfer that loss over to single purchases of games. Yeah, not a great scenario. And unfortunately, I think this one is actually the most likely to happen. I'm hopeful for a few of the other ones, but this one seems to be the most realistic. But like I said, all of this is just speculation, and the actual future is unclear and maybe even a little bit unpredictable. But yeah, I just wanted to make a quick video about this topic because this is something that I really resent about modern gaming, and like I said, I made a video in the past that dives into this topic a little bit, so please go check it out. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Take care, y'all.